Welcome to Warhammer. Welcome back to Why to Try, where we take a look at underplayed or underutilized factions in Warhammer. In this edition, we're going back to the 41st millennia and looking at the Hierotek Circle kill team, the somewhat new Necron rework for kill team 2.0. So let's start off with the basics. This is an 8 operative kill team. You have 3 options for a leader in the Technomancer, Psychomancer, or Chronomancer. You have 4 what I call offensive operatives. They're mixed between Immortal Guardians and Deathmarks, 1 defensive one in the Apprentech, though you can switch them out, and 2 support ones that are Plasmacytes. This is what comes in the box, though you have a little more freedom when making your lists. Per Necron flavor, you can also reanimate. When one of your guys goes down, you can't reanimate a second time, but this gives some resilience to this faction. Overall, it has a range focus, has very technical gameplay, though your baseline guys are pretty simple. Gives it a good mix of having a higher skill cap, but also a little friendly in some ways to new players. They're considerably generally underpowered when they came out of the box in Shadowvaults, which I can agree with. Recently got a boost though in the Q4 2022 data slate, and I would say they're definitely worth taking a look at. Which is what we're going to do right now with the data sheets. So your non-support operatives, which are everything aside from the Plasmacytes, are at a 3-up save and 10 plus wounds. Your leaders being at 13 wounds now because of the recent buff, which is pretty awesome. You have wide access to AP1 guns with the Gauss Blasters on your Immortals and your Deathmark as well. Hitting on 2s with the Deathmarks, 3s with the Immortals. Really nice to have AP1 on your guns, similar to Rubric Marines in Warp Coven. On the flip side, half of your kill team is quite slow with only 2 circle move, but your Plasmacytes and your leaders actually have 3 circle, and the leader options and support options have fly, which is also kind of underrated. Considering you need to go wherever you need to get line of sight on something or get line of sight through other operatives, which is a thing we'll get into, having fly is actually really clutch on open board. And as I was mentioning, the real flavor of this team, and a big reason as to why I push people to play them, your leader options are the star of the show. 13 wounds, access to invuln saves with equipment, and a whole host of unique abilities. Seriously, it can be a little overwhelming at first, but having like paragraphs of abilities makes your leaders very powerful. Possibly a target as well, but a good thing to have options for any situation. As I said before, the Necron flavor of Rite of Reanimation and Living Metal both resurrects incapacitated operatives and heals them, making this kill team actually very fun to play and threatening for your opponent. As someone who's faced Hierotek Circle before, having to kill something twice that has options for pretty effective strategic and tactical ploys to make them both a little more killy and a little more defensive is pretty scary at times. So with all that, it begs the question, why to try Hierotek Circle for kill team? One of the biggest things about Hierotek Circle is that it's a good mix of rewarding your play, your technical prowess, but also being forgiving at times. We're in an elite meta right now with kill team, and people want to go for resilience and recursion, and that's what Hierotek Circle is and does. It might not be as good as the other elite teams, but it does it in a different way and presents threats in a different manner, which I find very interesting. Also, for building a roster, thankfully baseline Immortals / Deathmarks are super easy to find and for a good price, be it MSRP or secondhand. So getting those 20 models if you really want to go competitive with this team is not hard at all. I do want to mention that one thing I think this team would benefit from is in a future balance update, just to get one more baseline Immortal operative would be very clutch for this team. But as is, I still very much enjoy the team. Riley enjoys the team, and we want to see it on the table more. So that's it. If you don't want to wallow in the misery of meta chasing, let me know in the comments as to another why to try you want to see. Be it for Kill Team, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, 40k, whatever. We try to cover all these games. Either way, hope you enjoyed. As always, this is Rafik with Warhammer. Stay swole.